Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Weather News Happens or Not show. Now, we've been gone for a couple weeks, and in a few moments, we'll explain why. But in the last episode here of the Weather News Happens or Not show, we had a special guest on the show, the first ever Zoom call on the Weather News Happens or Not show.
That was a failure.
And that was really bad, and we will try to think of something else, unless that's our only option.
We'll try and do something better, but moral of the story is the footage was lost.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but we got her picture of her face, and you can actually hear what she was saying.
You can hear what she's talking about. The actual footage was lost.
Yeah.
We're not really sure how. So
I don't know, but we interviewed Lachelle Rain, who wrote The Promised Princess, based off of Dawson's character Sir Gavin, and also the same character that is going to be in the duel, Sir Gavin. So go check that video out. It was a lot of fun to do. We got to sit down and chat with her. Like we said in the last video, we plan on doing more interview stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
2, we talked about doing one potentially with Frank, who was a voice in the murder mystery film as the boyfriend, or the fiance of the girl that got killed. We talked about doing that. We might do it with anyone, anybody. We'll figure it out. Who knows? I did say also in the last episode that this episode was going to be the last one. It is not. I lied. I thought when we filmed that, I thought we were at the end of December for some reason, and we weren't. So this is the second to last one. The next episode we do will be the very last one of the year. So look forward to that. We don't know what's going to happen with that. Probably going to do something with Christmas, because Christmas is this Monday. And when we do that episode, it'll be over at that point. So we might do a Christmas-y episode for the very last one of the year. It's crazy that we've done 34 episodes this year. Yeah, 34. This will be 35 out of all those.
Thursday.
Yeah, almost every Thursday. We've missed some due to films and other things. And speaking of that, we have not been here we missed a week because Dawson had to work late. And I also had to go, I went on a trip to Gatlinburg. So we both it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So we missed it, and now we're here doing another episode.
Yep.
As you can tell, we got these helmets sitting here on the table. We're going to talk about that stuff in just a few minutes. It is a new world that we've kind of developed based off of the movie and books of Dune. Because me and Dawson watched that last year, or the year before when it came out. It feels like it's been out recently, but it's not. It's because the new trailer came out, so I'm
excited.
No, yeah, I know. And we plan on watching the second Dune also, so it might help us figure out what we want to do with this series. But this is the world of Denaris. Siri, did I ask you to talk?
Shut up, Siri.
This is the world of Denaris. It ruined that whole dramatic thing. Yeah. But this is the world of Denaris. We've got the two main characters' helmets right here.
This one's not the main character.
Not the main character. Well, yep, no. We've got one of the main characters' helmets right here, but the other one is at Dawson's house. So
I don't even have it.
He don't even have it.
I haven't made it.
I am lying to y'all.
It's actually my helmet, which is actually, it's weird because I usually make my helmet first just to try it on and do it, and then I start working with everybody else. But in this case, I actually did everybody else's helmets, and I still haven't even made mine yet.
Yeah, I should have asked before we went on, but you know, I tried to make it dramatic. But these are the two helmets that are going to be in the film, is what I should have said.
Yeah.
And who knows? There might be one film of this. It might be a whole series of them, or a whole world like the Star Wars universe. Who knows? But we're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about those things, the story and stuff, and characters and everything, and start adding on to it on today's episode of the show. But before we get to all of that, we got a little funny that we want to show. This is actually Dawson's idea. He sent it to me on TikTok, and I was like, okay, sure, we'll do it. And we did it just a few minutes ago, and it was probably the craziest thing. And it was
really funny.
But just watch it.
Keep a fadeaway shot, cause we ballin' and spittin' up Patron every hour. Little mama owl, you just like the flowers. Girl, you the truth with all that goody power. Spin my
Wasn't that just funny? Crazy stuff, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you might be seeing that on Dawson's TikTok at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that really quick, just a little funny. There you go. Tell them what Denaris is about, Dawson.
So, we're going back and forth, and it takes place in this universe, kind of like with Dune and whatnot. It takes place with this like futuristic kind of universe where you have, I would say it's like a mix of like Dune and the Hunger Games and different other stuff, because you got like factions of people with different planets. And Denaris is not a person.
Well, it's a family name,
yeah.
because we'll get to that in a minute with the characters.
And it's also the place.
Yeah.
And it's called the Denaris Empire, is what it is. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that it's very, it's turning more into like a Roman Empire kind of ordeal, very much like Roman-esque feel with things. And I know you can't really tell with these helmets. Now with my helmet you could tell, but like you got the eagle, which is the gold eagle. This helmet that I was saying is not the main character. This is actually just a regular foot soldier helmet, just a regular soldier helmet. This is Trace's. Ta-da!
I'm ready.
I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, I'm ready to fight.
And in this film, me and Trace both play generals.
Yeah.
In it.
Shocker, we're the main characters.
And so before, because we're going to go into a deep dive of everything, and after we talk about like this, like the basics right here, Trace is going to go over the characters. Yeah. We'll show some art and then talk about the costumes, and then me and Trace are going to go into a deep dive of like how we would like it to go out, because I'm going to write notes for whenever we do film this. We'll have it all written down. But basically this is set in a futuristic world where it's a mix of like Dune, where it's a futuristic world in space. You can fly in spaceships, but the only weapons you have is like swords and shields and stuff. Like blasters and guns don't exist. Which is kind of cool because it's like a futuristic feel with medieval-esque in a way, kind of like Dune. And we've talked for a long time that we wanted to do a Dune-esque type film. And we come up with Denaris. Basically, the grunt of the storyline is one of the planets, which is the mining colony. I think we came up with a name for that planet. I don't remember.
Or not.
They basically become a bunch of terrorists and start terrorizing other planets, and Denaris, or the Empire of Denaris, gets involved and sends their military out to basically eradicate them. And they do.
Very simple.
Yep. And they win the battle, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's like the basic of the basic right there.
And I know, like I said, we talked about doing the whole universe with it, kind of like with Star Wars, like we have with the Star Wars universe with South Jardé and Red Hood and all that stuff. So there will probably be more than just that, but that'll be the introduction to the world of Denaris. Now, we've only got 5 characters right now for the film itself. Also, I want to say, do not steal any of this.
Copyright right now.
I know we are telling everything that we are doing with this. Does not mean you can... I mean, if you want to base it off of it, cool, but don't steal it. Stealing's bad.
Stealing's bad, and it's copyrighted WHNON.
WNHON?
Yeah, WNHON.
You were close.
Stamped. This is ours.
Yeah.
You can't take it.
So we've got me and Dawson's main characters. The helmet that's not here. Dawson is going to be playing Captain Jackson Kareem, whatever you want to say it. And then the other main character is this guy, Captain Tyes Strider. So that's Tyes Strider. And then Caitlin will be playing Jackson's wife, Raven Karim. And then Alyssa will be in this one as Maria Solaris,
As the friend.
as the friend of the three of us. And then Dawson's dad, David, will be playing the Duke of Denaris, Daveron Denaris.
Ta-da.
So I'm saying it is a family name. He is one of the Denarises. And that's all the characters we have at the moment. And that Daveron Denaris character wasn't even going to be in the film, but we thought of a scene for him, and he's only going to be in that one scene for like a few minutes.
Yep, and that's it.
And that's it.
It's a pretty cool scene, too.
But you do get to see who is the Duke of Denaris, and it is him. It is Dawson's dad. If you've seen Dawson's dad in videos before, you will know what the Duke of Denaris is going to look like. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on with this. Like this. We didn't even start really talking about this specific film until like several months ago, so it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
It's not like the D&D where we've talked about it for most of the year. It's like we did it a couple of months ago. Started talking about it, so.
Yeah, I like called you randomly and was like,
Yeah.
I got an idea.
Daenerys. We're doing Daenerys.
Daenerys.
So.
And you were like, what?
And now it's here, and we've talked about it for a while now.
Yep.
But now we're gonna try to figure out what do we want to do with this entire thing.
But before that,
Show them the art.
I drew a picture a while back and I colored it to where you can get the but the colors with it all. Here's the picture. Of course, you can see Trace right there, which will be on. If you're looking on the screen, it'll be on the left. With his helmet, and then of course on the right you can see that that's what my helmet is supposed to look like. Like I said, very Roman-esque, because it's kind of how it is. I mean, it's like the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Like, we're coming in and we're taking it.
Bomb rushing.
We're eliminating all of y'all. And you see all the soldiers in the background, yada yada yada, and you see me and Trace's character up front because we're the captains. You see the banners flying in the background, which is kind of cool. But yeah, costume-wise, I had a problem with this. I drew a concept of a costume a while back, and it wasn't working out, and I said, okay, I need to do something else. So I found a different thing that's on a little bit of a cheaper budget, and something I can just kind of throw together and call it good, go on about our business. Ta-da. Where most of the armor is silver, because it's armor. But the secondary color is blue. Like all the, kind of like the Roman-esque and like Spartan-esque kind of vibe to it, is they all have capes. Blue capes. And yada yada yada. And then, of course, another thing that I come to the conclusion about that I wasn't going to do, and I didn't have it in the original art, is the visors were actually supposed to be black, but I chose to go with a blue visor because I thought it would look cooler, and it does. So, Trace's suit is, of course, me and Trace, because we're captains, our suits are different than just the regular foot soldiers. Helmets are different too. Trace's helmet is different. It's got two eyes instead of like this one long eye. It's got blue lines that go across the back of it. I'm actually not finished with his helmet yet. I'm going to put a blue plume on it. A little ponytail
It's naked
plume
right
thing. Yeah. And then of course you got the eagle and you got this little spike thing going on right here. But that's his helmet. His suit is like a Roman-esque suit, kind of like how mine is, because we're captains. It's got a little bit of gold on them to stand out a little bit more, and yada yada yada. My suit is, my helmet kind of looks like a Spartan helmet. It's got the big blue plume on it. The visor is like the T visor thing that's blue.
And when Dawson gets it done, we might actually do an episode where we show it off, and we'll talk about the film more then.
Yes.
Well.
And then, of course, the suit is the Romanesque kind of vibe to it, and the blue cape also. Trace also has a blue cape. And that's kind of the suits. And with that,
I was gonna say the two characters that are the main characters are kind of like Argos and Theocydes in the Lego film, because that one they're like they're like the leaders of their army and they kill everybody. So yeah, it's basically, but it's futuristic. That's the only difference.
Yeah, it's like a futuristic version, but they still use swords and spears.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. The swords and spears swords
and spears.
Swords and spears. Is the regular foot soldiers, they all have spears and shields. Me and Trace's character have swords and shields and whatnot. I actually thought about your character having like an axe too. Like you have a sword and an axe. But I could have just thought that would be kind of cool for you. And going on about that, so that's kind of the armor. The bad guys, the miners,
don't know who they're gonna be yet.
Don't really know their thing.
Or a main guy for that to be yet.
Right. But the lead, or their kind of get up is gonna be like a cross between like armor and mining gear. Like they have like hard hats that are like battered up and like loose, like I would say kind of like leather armor because it's more raggedy.
Yeah.
And then they have like, because they're a mining colony, they're not a army. They're not a battle force. So I feel like they would have like pitchforks and axes and like stuff that they just got, and pickaxes and yada yada yada, and that's what they got to use. And there's a vast, like, I kind of see it as the storyline of like the 300 too, because you got these highly trained soldiers to where the Duke of Denaris sends them in to eradicate them, basically, and to restore order. But you've got like a vast number of just random miners that are just pissed and just want to fight. So it's kind of the whole ordeal to where it's like kind of balances itself out, but at the same time, of course, Daenerys is going to win because they have the training, the ability to win, and all sorts of stuff. So, and you got the whole beginning scene, and then of course the war itself, because we're going to name it something. I don't remember what we're going to name it.
I don't even remember either.
But it's going to be the War of something, which is like that. And it takes place like months. Like it takes months.
Yeah, it's a long war.
It's a long war. And we actually got a scene in mind that to where you realize how long it's going to be. And that's the scene where your character is just kind of sitting there, and then the soldier walks up and he says, we're right on schedule, do this, that, and the other, probably be another couple weeks to a month, and then you're like, we've already been here a month already. Like,
this has been too long.
But yeah, let's get into the deep dive.
Yeah, fun part.
Deep dive.
Fun part. But that was basically the basic stuff. We're gonna go into everything else at the moment. I mean, we sort of kind of went into everything.
Yeah.
But the more you know. I might actually use some AI while we're here, because, that's becoming a thing.
So, to start it off, I guess I would say it'd be the title, the beginning credits.
Yeah.
The title, and also it would be like we can use like 2 black screens that is in text. Like it would be like paragraph and paragraph, and all those paragraphs would be, it's just basically like a backstory, like what type of universe this is set in, who is who, what's going on,
everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else. I could write a backstory. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta switch this up. This thing has different options, so it's like you can do like a creative conversation, and it'll give you like creative stuff. So it's better than the other. And also, when the Chat GPT, you have to pay like money to use Chat for GPT-4. This one already has it, so you don't have to pay for it. Write a backstory for. It would be a planet, or would it just be a place in a planet?
I guess it's technically the planet.
Yeah, I was about to say because I didn't know how
I
to
feel
really.
like it'd be like Coruscant, where like most of the planet is like a city in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like how in Star Wars you have just like the planet is like what is kind of
For a
based on.
planet called Denaris. You want to add anything else to that? Because all I put was write a backstory or origin for a planet called Denaris.
I would say that kind of resembles the Roman Empire. Just futuristic.
Planet kind of resembles the Roman Empire, but it is futuristic. Let's see what the computer can come up with, and maybe we might bounce stuff off. Possibly.
Yeah.
I have to tell this thing to write stories, not films, because it writes better stories than it does films. Alright, it's going. And the thing is, it uses Bing, so it uses the internet.
Bing. Bing.
Alright, it's going. It's going really fast.
Get it.
You can't see my computer screen, but it's going. Oh, that's interesting. I just read that one part. That one part. Yeah, I've started using Copilot, it was called, to write some of the some ideas that I've done before. It's done. Here we go.
Oh.
Denaris was once a small and isolated planet in the outer rim of the galaxy, where life was harsh and scarce. The planet was mostly covered by deserts, mountains, and volcanoes, and had a thin atmosphere that made it difficult to breathe. The only habitable regions were near the equator, where there were some oases of water and vegetation. The people of Denaris were descendants of an ancient civilization that had colonized the planet centuries ago, the Denarises. They had developed a sophisticated culture based on science, technology, and art. Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. They had also mastered the secrets of space travel, using their advanced rockets, we got rockets, and spaceships,
Pew.
to explore the stars. They had encountered many other alien races, including the miners. Some friendly and some hostile, the miners. But they always managed to survive and thrive. However, their prosperity came at a price. Their overuse of resources led to environmental degradation and pollution. Their wars with other factions caused death and destruction. Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
Their arrogance and ambition made them blind to the dangers of the cosmos, and their isolation from the rest of the galaxy made them vulnerable to external threats. This is the part that I laughed at. One day, a massive asteroid crashed into Denaris, causing a global catastrophe. The impact triggered earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, and climate change. The survivors faced famine, disease, violence, and chaos. Many died or fled to other planets. This could have happened before the war, and they talk about an asteroid hit the planet. But some remained on Denaris, determined to rebuild their civilization from scratch. They formed a new government based on democracy and cooperation. They developed new technologies based on renewable energy and biotechnology. They restored their environment by planting trees and creating artificial habitats, and they reconnected with other civilizations by sending out messages of peace and friendship. Denaris became a new hope for humanity in the galaxy. Daenerys. Now we're writing about two captains. But that was,
It's pretty interesting.
kind of on the nose. We
Kind of there.
could add the asteroid hit the planet a long time ago, but it doesn't affect them now. But that's like history of Daenerys.
It'd be like maybe thousands of years
This
ago.
is an asteroid hit the planet, and that's why we're here where we are now, because we came back from the asteroid hitting the planet.
And now they're an advanced empire that has peace of the galaxy.
Yeah.
A very highly trained force, too. They're like Spartans in a way.
I love how
300 Spartans, not Halo Spartans, but like they're a highly
300
trained race in a way.
it gave me a link to the history of the Roman Empire. Thanks.
I know. So we'd have the beginning credits that would be like the backstory of like, say like what, like where this takes place, what kind of universe this is,
Yeah.
how this is, what is Denaris. And whenever me and Trace talked about this a while back, the whole idea was when it starts out peaceful. And it'll be Caitlyn's character in the house doing whatever.
Women things.
Yes. And my character comes in. House scene. Yep. My character comes in and they're talking, and he basically is saying how he's on leave, like he gets to spend time home, and how your character is too, and everything's fine and dandy, and it's like this little heartfelt moment. Everything seems fine. You hear they have like a small conversation about the whole terrorist attacks with the miners, and then Trace's character comes in, or he knocks on the door or rings the doorbell or whatnot, and they come up, and he basically says like, hey, we are getting called to the Capitol, it's an emergency. And it's like, my character's basically saying, we're on leave, what do you mean? And he's like, I don't know, the Duke is making a speech with all military forces, you need to come to the Capitol right now. So he puts on his uniform, not armor, his uniform, and my character and his character go off to the Capitol. And they're sitting there and they're waiting. The Duke shows up, and the Duke, when he gets there, there is a messenger that is from the mining colony, and he's talking and he's trying to get it ready, and he's trying to get a grasp of it. And this is the scene that we were talking about, the little small scene that we added for the Duke, is we thought it'd be so cool to where it's just so like intense, and he asks him, he's just like, so do you want to have a treaty and try peace, or do you want war? And then the Duke like takes a moment of pause, he sits back, he leans forward and says, I'll have war.
I'll have war.
And it's like, oh!
Oh no, they're going to war.
And then it's gonna cut back to Caitlyn at the house, and the friend, Melissa's character, has come over. They're talking, and Caitlyn's character's freaking out because she's thinking we're going to war, this, that, and the other. Alyssa's character. Alyssa's character is basically trying to calm her down and being like, we're not going to war, they're just a mining colony, this, that, and the other. Yeah, they're causing ruckus, but I don't think we're going to go to war. And we had this idea, and I was going to see if you can actually look it up on, like, if an AI thing can do it, or if there is an AI.
I was actually going to write a story with all the characters and everything
really?
in it, just to see what it would do.
I was going to see if there's an AI thing that can get, like, a crowd of people chanting.
Like a picture?
No, just like vocal.
Oh, like a sound effect or something.
And she taught, and so there's this thing that's in this civilization that's called the war cry of Denaris. And what it is when they do the war cry is every soldier that is on Denaris starts chanting Denaris.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like a pump up, like we're going to war kind of ordeal. And she says, we haven't heard the war cry, we're not going to war, it's fine. And then like as soon as it leaves her mouth, you just start hearing like faintly the cheer, the chant start going on, and like you can just see it, their faces drop, and they go to the window. And when they go to the window, they look, and then like you just see their faces drop, and it cuts to the window shot of like what they're looking at. You see like ships start like leaving the Earth or the planet, and you're like, oh,
this is happening.
This is happening. You're going to war. And then it's gonna cut to mine and Trace's characters on the ship, and I am like in a video call or like a hologram thing with the wife, talking to her. The wife, and talking to her, explaining like, sorry, but this shouldn't take long, yada yada yada. And then Trace's character comes up, and he's just like, all right, let's do this. And then it's gonna cut to a shot of the planet that they're going to.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see like a shot of a roughed up planet, to where it's like that's the mining colony, and then it's gonna like cut to where it's like space, where you just see the stars and whatnot. It's like you have the planet, and then it cuts to space, and then it's like music's building up, and it's like hyperdrive, and all the ships of Denaris like come in, and it's like, this is an like full on invasion. Like they are here to kill everybody.
Yeah.
And then it's it cuts to the bridge, where it's me and Trace's character there, and Trace and me are like, all right, let's prepare the landing sequence or whatever and get ready. And you see us pick up our helmets and like walk off. And then I want to cut it to, it's on the ground where you see the mining colonies, and you could see like probably like, if we do, like, let's say we do, who can be like Ian, Aaron, whoever, who is like the leader of this terrorist group.
Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
legit.
Of this terrorist group, and you hear things going off, and like you hear sirens going off, and people are like, who is it? And you like very intense scene where he's just like, Denaris has arrived. And right when he says that, it's going to cut to this epic shot, and I already told, and actually the drawing that I drew is actually the first shot. And
yeah,
it's going to cut to this epic slow-mo shot. It's like right when he says it, cuts to this slow-mo shot of just me and Trace full armor, and like the army behind us, and you see the flags flying out. It's just slow-mo walk. And then like as the music's going on, it cuts to a scene of you just like, it's like slow-mo walk, cuts to like a slow-mo scene of like a miner like dead falling to the ground, cuts back to them walking again, cuts back to like a Denaris soldier hitting the ground, cuts back to them walking in a different angle, and cuts back to another like miner hitting the ground. And then you just see us like stop, and then you hear like chanting, and you'll hear the Denaris chant and chant and chant. And here's another thing that we talked about. Of course, we don't have like thousands of people, so we can't recreate huge battle scenes.
We don't.
So we've got to film it in a way and come up with the story in a way to where you see the beginning and the outcome. You never see really like
the middle,
like what is going on. But you hear about it, and like the different scenes that's going around it is you will be like the filling in the gaps of like what just happened, kind of ordeal. But you start hearing them chant Denaris and chant Denaris and chant Denaris, and then it fades black, and then it can cut to the girls again. Of course, now it's been months, so they're home, talking, hanging out, whatever, doing girl stuff, talking, and just filling in the gaps of like what's going on in their lives while they're still on the planet Denaris, and they're just kind of doing whatever. And then it's going to cut back over to Trace's character, which is kind of like somewhat falling asleep, and just kind of like he's at a table that has like maps and like battle strategy, and he's just gonna like dozing off. Yeah. And then a sergeant, or because we're captains, so like a lower class officer, so a sergeant would walk up and be like, "Sir," and then that's when you're like, "Huh?" And he's just like, "Oh,
get out of my face!"
Hey, Sergeant, so and so. And he's like, he gives an update of like what's going on. He's just like, "Hey, update on so and so siege." Because here's also the ordeal is, since he's a captain and I'm a captain, we both can take platoons, and I can be on a completely different side of the planet and have a siege going on there, and you can be on another side of the planet having a siege going on there, and then we can work our way together to keep going. So Sergeant comes in being like, all right, the siege of so-and-so is going well, everything's going on schedule. By our time frame, we'll probably have everything under control in another month or a couple of weeks. And that's when you're like, we've been here months already.
What are we doing?
What is taking so long?
What is happening?
We need to do this, that, and the other. And then Trace is like, oh, God, yada, yada. And he's like,
I have a wife and kid.
He's like, all right. He's like, okay. And then the sergeant will say, so you can kind of see what my character's doing in the time frame too. Mm-hmm. The sergeant will be like, also, what's my character's name?
Jackson.
What's the last name?
Kareem.
Kareem. So Captain Kareem.
Crispy Kareem.
Kareem. He'd be like, Captain Kareem is also taking the charge on whatever forces.
It's the inside joke now, Captain Kareem.
Captain Kareem. On wherever. And then he's like, should we send reinforcements? And you're like, well, where exactly is he? And he's like, he's in the forest of so-and-so, and they're taking out the different rebel camps. And you're like, he's fine.
He's okay.
He's like, oh, they're in the woods. He's fine. And then it cuts to like a slow-mo shot of like Denaris soldiers like running through the woods and like slaughtering like miners that are like running away. And I have this scene where it's just like as soon as you're like, oh, it's fine, and it cuts to like a miner in slow-mo like turning around being like, and then you just see like a shot, and it cuts to a shot of like slow-mo of like Denaris soldiers like running through the woods, and like you see like miners like turning around like, and you just see like, and then like stab, and it's like,
whoa,
these people are intense. And then it will so on and so forth, and then it'll cut to like an ending slash, and then it'll cut back to Trace's character at the table. He's talking, and then my character walks in, and we have a full conversation of what's going on, and we basically talk about the final charge. And we're like, okay, what we need to do is like we figure out that the captain will send we'll do it this way. The captain sends in a video message saying whatever, and he can be like, let's finish this, and we'll do my full force against your full force on the battlefield, and let's just finish this once and for all instead of just having this keep carrying out. We're like, okay, so then we get a battle plan together, and once, kind of like what you said with the Lego thing, it'd be kind of like that scenario.
Yeah.
Where they show up, me and Trace's characters are talking, and then we just kind of have like a little moment where we're just like, I would rather be home than just like dealing with this crap right now. And then just like a little small moment, and then they're like, okay, whatever. Then they get into battle formations, and there is a scene from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is the game I'm playing right now, which is a beautiful game. Even though a lot of people don't like it, and a lot of people crap on it because they're like, this is not Assassin's Creed. Well, no crap, because it takes place in ancient Greek, and the assassins weren't really around.
Yeah. Duh.
It takes place with the storyline is you're a mercenary.
Yeah.
You're not an assassin. Like, I mean, you can do assassin things, and you can take jobs to where you have to assassinate people, but you're not like an assassin.
Yeah.
But it's such a great game. But you get bits and pieces of storylines, of backstory of like the 300 Spartans, which is really cool. And there's this one scene where Leonidas comes up, and it's the Battle of the Hot Gates. So, and he comes up. So it'd be like a scene like that where it shows like, kind of like in the Lego thing, Trace's character could be leading and being like, all right, everybody get in formation, yada, yada, yada. And then my character shows up and we're talking, and it can be like one, like, epic last speech or whatnot, and then, like, in between it, you see, kind of like the Lego one, in between the speech, you see the forces start running and, like, sprinting down. You see them about to collide. And I actually found a thing on YouTube that I thought we could use because it'd be cool is, you know those battle simulator things that people use? Yeah. There's one where, hold on, I'll show you. There's one of, like, two armies, like, running towards each other. That's actually kind of cool.
That thing got done writing that story.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I saved so many things of just being like, I need green screen of stuff. Yeah. Like, there's different shots. This is actually green screen, so it works, but, like,
oh, yeah.
a crowd of, like, just a bunch of people. Like, this is Spartans, which is kind of comical. But they're in line, and then come on.
Wow, that was great.
And then they also got this too, which is like an overhead shot. Yeah, it's like an overhead shot of like them coming and colliding, which is good. Yeah. But like, so like you'd have it, and we'll do a shot wherever we are.
Get a drone up there.
I actually almost bought one the other day.
Well, then we'd have it for that. We'd have to get it at the right angle.
It was on sale at Best Buy for only like $120, and I was like,
yeah, maybe.
But like, so get like an aerial shot of this, like, cause like, it's so far away that like they're kind of black, so like, it's not gonna be like, oh, that's not what they looked like in the last shot. Shut up.
This is the best we got.
But this is the best we got. But like, do it to where it's like running, and like right before they collide, it cuts to like us, like like right there, just like, and then like getting into it, and then it'll cut black, and you hear like chaos going on. And another thing that we talked about doing to where it would help out with the fact that we don't have like a bunch of people is completely smoking the area out to where it's like fires have been started.
Yeah.
Things are on fire, so there's smoke everywhere, so whenever it comes back, you just see like shadows of people moving around and like whoever the camera's focused on, that's really all you can see.
Yeah.
And then you just see like different shots of like me killing people, Trace killing people, a regular soldier killing people, and just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then finally it ends, and it'd be cool to where it shows like a close-knit, like them battling. It's like a slow pan up to the sky, and it cuts black. And then I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a shot where it's in an open field, and it's like music, like kind of like ominous music of like, did they win? Did they not win? And then like in the field, then you start hearing like marching, and then you see the like the flags of Denaris start coming up, and then you see me and you and our army walk up, and it's like, hey,
we won.
They won.
We won the war.
And then whatever else.
Voila.
That's like in depth.
Yeah,
so
that's a lot of stuff.
You can't get any more in depth other than that. But that's what we got. Now, whenever I write a script for this, of course, it's gonna be like
different, yeah.
Really in depth.
This is I was we were talking about, like, I know I came up with the backstory of Denaris, but I was like curious to what it would write a story about all the characters and pretty much the basis of what that film is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it came up with. Who knows? We might use some of it. We'll see if any of it's good. I've only read pieces of it while we've been sitting here. So, Jackson and Ty's were two of the most loyal and brave captains in the Denaris army. They had fought side by side in many battles, defending their homeland from the invaders of the north. Okay. They had a bond of brotherhood that was stronger than steel. Nice. Jackson had a wife named Raven, who was the love of his life. She was a beautiful and kind woman who supported him in everything he did. She was also a skilled healer who tended to the wounded soldiers in the camp. They added that part in there. Jackson cherished every moment he spent with her, knowing that each day could be his last. Emotion. Ties, I love how it just goes from that emotional segment to just straight up crapping on my character. Ties had no wife.
Oh,
But he had a friend named Maria, who was like a sister to him. She was a fierce and loyal warrior who had joined the army to avenge her family. Oh man, so they're shoving that girl into the army.
What?
Who had been killed by the enemy. She had saved Ties' life more than once, and he had done the same for her. They had a mutual respect and admiration for each other, but nothing more. The Duke of Denaris, Denaris, was the ruler of the land and the commander of the army. He was a wise and just leader who cared for his people and his soldiers. He had a vision of peace and prosperity for his realm, and he was determined to achieve it. He trusted Jackson and Ties with his most important missions, and they never failed him. One day, the Duke summoned Jackson and Ties to his tent. We got tents.
We've hit tents.
He had a grave look on his face, and he spoke with a serious tone. My friends, I have a task for you that is of utmost importance. You must succeed or we will lose this war. This is you. What is it, my lord? The enemy has a secret weapon, a device that they can unleash a devastating blast of fire and smoke. They plan to use it on our capital city and wipe out our entire army and population. We have learned that they have hidden in it. Listen to this. They have hidden it in a cave near the border. Speaking of miners. Guarded by a small force, you must infiltrate the cave, find the device, and destroy it before they can activate it. How do you know this, my lord? Ties asked. We have a spy among them, who has risked his life to send us information. He will meet you at the entrance of the cave and guide you inside. He'll be wearing... This is weird. He'll be wearing a red cloak.
Oh.
We'd probably change that to blue, but... And he will give you the password, the sun rises in the west. Do not trust anyone else. That's a long password. When do we leave, my lord? Jackson asked. Tonight. You must hurry, for time is running out. Take only what you need and travel light, and be careful, for the enemy is cunning and ruthless. May the gods be with you. Jackson and Ties saluted the Duke and left his tent. They prepared for their mission and said their goodbyes to their loved ones. Jackson kissed Raven and promised to return to her. Ties hugged Maria and told her to be safe. We have horses! They mounted their horses and rode into the night. Alright, this is awesome. They reached the cave by dawn. That's what I'm telling you. ChatGPT will not give you stuff like that. It's bare bones. This is like descriptive. They reached the cave by dawn and saw a man in a red cloak waiting for them. He greeted them with the password and led them inside. The cave was dark and damp, of course, and they had to use torches to see. The spy told them that the device was hidden in a chamber at the end of the tunnel, and that they had to be quiet and quick. They followed him until they reached a large metal door. The spy opened it with a key and gestured for them to enter. Jackson and Ties stepped inside and saw a large metal cylinder with wires and tubes attached to it. It looked like nothing they had ever seen before. This is it, the spy whispered. This is the device. You have to destroy it before they can use it. There is a timer on it, and it will go off in an hour. You have an hour? Really?
Dang.
You have to cut the wires and break the tubes. That will stop the reaction and make it useless. Well, I have a question. Why did you not do that before they got there? Anyways. Jackson and Ties nodded and approached the device. They drew their swords and began to cut the wires and tubes. Sparks flew and smoke rose. They worked fast, hoping to finish before anyone noticed. Suddenly, they heard a loud noise behind them. they turned around and saw the spy holding a crossbow, pointing it at them.
Oh.
He's turning on them!
Oh no.
He had a wicked smile on his face, and he spoke with a mocking voice. Did you really think I was on your side? Did you really think I would betray my own people?
Yes.
You fools, you've fallen into a trap. This device is not a weapon, it's a decoy. The real weapon is in another cave, and it will go off in a few minutes.
Oh, that's good.
You wasted your time, and doomed your army and your city, and now you will die here, with no one to mourn you. He pulled the trigger, and shot a bolt at you.
Oh.
Jackson saw it coming, and you dodged it, because you're that cool. He threw his sword at the spy, and hit him in the chest. The spy fell to the ground dead. Jackson and Tyes looked at each other and realized they had been tricked. Man, it took all that long.
Really?
They had no time to escape or to warn the Duke. They had failed their mission and their people. They embraced each other.
Wow.
And waited for the end. Man, these guys suck. They're not even gonna go over to the other cave and try to save it.
Just let everything die.
They prayed to the gods and hoped for a miracle. They heard a loud boom and felt the ground shake. They saw a bright flash and felt a wave of heat. They closed their eyes and felt no more. And that's it. They died!
They died. Everybody's
In this story, they died. I'm telling you, if y'all want us to do more stories on here, they're great. But this one made it to where we die. And the spy gets a sword in the chest.
At least I took him with me.
Wham! You just chucked it.
If I'm dying, you're dying.
But yeah, there's a little fun thing there. I wanted to see what it would do with the story.
Interesting.
So if we took Denaris and I took the basis story, that's what AI thinks of it.
Interesting.
We died trying to save our world. And, you know, sacrifices were made.
Sacrifices were made.
Or, as one of my old videos that I made a long time ago, I say sacrifices will be made, but I will rise.
Denaris.
The only ones that I'm finding for like chants and stuff is like songs, like music. Yeah, like I looked up AI chant maker and there's none. Nothing. I did find one website where it makes like full-on songs, and they actually sound like legit songs, but I can't remember what it was called. And I was gonna actually make a song about Denaris, just for fun.
That would be awesome.
We're talking about it here, so why not? You know, I'm gonna try to have fun with this, and if it's good enough, I'll play it on the video here. I forgot what the website was called. Good job. Is that it, or is that a different? Oh no, that's a different one. I thought I had it bookmarked, but I didn't. I'm a sad person. I don't think that's it either. I know there was one. I made like several metal songs, and it sounded like somebody was actually singing. Oh, that's different.
Oh.
Well, I think you have to provide like a voice. That's what it says, or something. I think is what it says.
Paste a YouTube link. I don't want to do that. I just want to.
No. What is this? Oh, is this it? I found it!
What, I just looked up?
No, I found the...
Oh.
I forgot that the Copilot thing is connected to a song AI thing, and that's the one that makes the songs. Okay, so... Here's the deal. Joe Biden. Here's the deal. So this cool thing, you can write lyrics and put the style of music and the title of it, and it'll make a song. So, what you got for the song of Denaris? I can actually just put the style of music, or I can make it pretty simple and just put the description of the song and it'll make something. So, I'll make an infectious synthwave song about Hanukkah. Why would I want that? We're just chilling here.
Let's see.
Because I've got I'll have to play one of these. Give you an idea. It made this. Doesn't it sound like a real song? That's what it made when I was playing with it, and I was like, what in the world is going on? That was Unleash the Thunder. Fun stuff. And it's got like violins getting lightning struck.
What?
Yeah, it's random. But a war that I know they don't have war-like songs, but I don't know if it would be a war song or I don't know how you would for so I put down a war chant for a planet called Denaris. Let's see what it does. It does it pretty fast too, which I think is crazy. See what it does. Ooh. Anthemic epic rock is what it gave me. It gave me some epic rock. So it gave me 2 songs, and they're called The Warriors of Denaris. I can't imagine what this is going to sound like, but this sounds like a Power Rangers song. Okay. Well, they say Denaris, but wow, that is so cool.
Some Power Ranger crap.
It sounds cool though.
Ready to hear a chant?
Okay.
I don't know if it is, but it's
Good
an
boy.
AI crowd chant model.
Oh, okay.
Denaris.
That's
Denaris. The hype was real. The hype was real there. I wasn't expecting it to sound as good.
that.
You know,
sucks.
now that sounds like that, you imagine like a Power Rangers song coming out of that? Here's the second one. That was the first one. This is the second one.
From the mountains to the valley, here are my to cry. To fight for Denaris, sentinel enemy sky. Through the fire of the thunder, we will march.
It's more calm. I like the first one better. Yeah. End of time. It comes up with dope lyrics, I'll say that. That was cool. I like the first one better though. Sounds like a legit. That darkest depths of space sounds like a Lost Scout. Darkest depths of space. What?
I know this whole episode is about us talking about Denaris, but we're gonna go off on topic really quick.
Oh, of course.
Do a song about Elemental Rangers,
Oh, okay.
just for the heck of it.
Power Rangers theme song for the Power Ranger. I only have like a limited amount of credits, so I'm gonna have to. It says I have 40. I had 50 earlier.
What?
Yeah, a Power Rangers theme song for the for a team called the Elemental Rangers. We're having fun here. Honestly, an AI episode would be fun. We might do that at some point.
Right.
Alright, here is what Dawson requested. A Power Rangers theme song for a team called the Elemental Rangers, and we also talked about them on the show. So, go watch it. It was at the beginning of season 2. Go watch it. It's loading. We got 2 songs. They're both anthemic pop. I can't speak. I'm on drugs.
Excuse me.
Anthemic, which is like an anthem.
Huh?
Pop. and they're both anthems. So it's basically gonna be like the last ones, hopefully. The first one is called "Rise Up, Elemental Rangers." You ready?
Mhm.
Here we go. Man, this is like. I can't. If it was a different beat, I would like that one more. But
What?
here is the second one. I like this one.
That's pretty cool. We got another version.
It's only two. They got two. I can do it again.
What different like themes is there? Like,
What
could
do
you
you
do like a rock?
I could
version?
do like custom. I mean, I could do a custom one where I'd have to put the style of music and then the title, and then it says you can make up in the custom mode. You can enter lyrics, but I don't have any, so I'll just have to make it up as it goes. I'm not coming up with lyrics.
No.
I think we've been going for an hour.
Oh gosh.
I know. Yeah.
We're just rambling at this
We're
point.
rambling at this point.
We talked about Denaris. We're done.
Yeah, we're AI time.
We're just rambling.
AI
at this point.
time. Metal? Metal?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I love metal, so let's do metal. Trying to think of what would be like a good title for a theme song. Like for the Elemental Rangers. Like, I don't know, I'm just gonna put Elemental Rangers. Let me put that. Go! Alright. It's coming up with something. It's gonna put it in metal. I don't know how it's gonna sound.
Probably epic.
Maybe. This is like straight metal. Like, nothing else. So, they're just called Elemental Rangers because that's what I gave it. Let's see. Can only imagine what this is gonna sound like. Well, the thing is we could actually generate a song that sounds good. You could go on Fiverr, give this to someone, and they can actually sing it like this.
Huh.
You could.
You want to see a picture that I took? I don't know why, but all fear left my body today. We decided to mount a seat to the top of a pole, and I sat on top of it.
Oh, nice.
Just.
What's up, guys? I can actually say I've been up in one of those box things because I had to for the games, and I hated it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had to be up there with the tripod and the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not fun. All right, bro.
It's fun times.
Come on. Okay, here is what it came up with, Dawson. I don't know what it's about to do. It's like pure metal. That's like pure metal, dude.
Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches in the back of my jugular.
What is wrong with us? Alright.
That's gonna be a clip I'm posting on
Dig through the ditches and burn
Okay.
through the witches.
Alright.
Back of my
I'm
jugular.
gonna subscribe to this so I can get more. I can cancel it.
Oh,
It doesn't
okay.
matter. It's $8 a month. That's not that bad. So, oh my. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Got you.
I can't even see how long we've been going for.
A long time.
Tell us in the comment. Because I can't see it. Do you not have my address? Sir? Ma'am? That'll work. That's fine. No, don't save my info. Just go. Oh shoot! Did I put $96? Oh,
Excuse me?
damn! Well, I'm spending $96. Never mind. I should have looked at that before I hit the button. It was for a year. That's why I hit the wrong thing.
Who knows? We might use this more.
Who knows? It says it gives you 500 songs a month
Okay.
on the pro plan. Hey, at least it's not compared to $24 a month.
Yeah.
Oh well, I should have. Can I? I can't change it now. Change commitment. The actual annual one was $10 a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
At the end of your current billing cycle.
But no, you chose $96 right now.
Yep. Because I am stupid and I didn't look. I'm gonna see if that actually went out of my account really fast. Well, you know, we're adults. We know how to manage our money. Not. I clearly just did not.
Things happen.
If I'm at the amount that I thought I was before we started recording, then I'll be fine. I'm about to find. Oh my. I'm about to find. Yo. Great. Okay. Well, I'm not. I'm close, but I'm not there yet.
What are you talking
I
about?
can't say it on camera because it's personal stuff. Legal stuff. It's my money.
Wait.
But yeah, I've got 2,500 credits now, so I can try something now. A rock anthem. Hold on. A Power Rangers theme song. Rock anthem for the Elemental Rangers. Go! And now we wait. Our second trial here on the Weather News Times Not show.
Yes.
I'm gonna do these songs and then we're gonna wrap this up because
Yeah.
it's already been an hour.
It's been a while.
Epic Rock. This is Rise of the Elemental Rangers.
Okay.
The palm of our hands.
Kind of catchy. It's probably if Netflix made it. Or not Netflix, but Nickelodeon.
Oh, that last part, go back. No, not the next one. Ah! The last part. That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
You really could take that and like give it to somebody on Fiverr and they could probably
Make it better.
do a whole thing with that because that sounded great. That was the best one
That's
so far.
pretty good.
Next,
Next.
I'm gonna download that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it
We're gonna
for
keep
later. All right, next one is Rise of the Rangers.
Rise.
We might mess around with this off camera when we get done because who cares? Rise of the Rangers. What? All right, lady, calm down. Oh, that's good right there. The choruses are always good. Colors of Earth.
Hey!
Yeah.
I like it. That was actually cool. I really liked it.
Nice.
I like this one too.
That one was good.
Now my head's going because it's
I'm
like.
gonna download that one too.
Because now my head's going because it's like. We really intro thing.
Well, we can do them for more. We got more.
I'm gonna do Wild Strike.
Okay.
Actually, we need to wrap up this video.
Okay,
first.
sorry guys. We're in our moment right now.
This is like an hour and 30-minute long video.
We're in our moment right now. That's gonna be it for us. There'll be sections in the description below if you to listen to us talk about Denaris, and there'll be a section for this as well. So go down there if you want to skip through the long video. If you like this video, leave a like down below. If you want us to ramble more like this, let us know. It happens sometimes.
We can do that.
We can do that. Next episode is the very last episode of the year. So look forward to that. And then we're moving on to Season 3. Season 3 of the Weather Times Talk Show. Comment down below what new ideas you want us to do for the show. All that stuff. Yeah, and films to do. Go check out our recent films. We did 5 this year. Actually, 4 this year. Sorry, I always think we did 5. We did 4 this year. We did 4.
Year.
The Hunter.
Wow.
We did the Hunter Home. I don't know about that. The Hunter Home TikTok and the Star Wars: A Fresh Start film. Go check all those out as we wrap up the end of the year. Also. Again, we do not suck.
We've sucked it up this year.
Yeah, we've sucked it up. But also at the beginning of the year next year, the first episode of Season 3, we are going to be talking about what we did in 2023 as we go into 2024, and we'll figure out what the next year is going to be. Because this year was the year of wonder, and yeah, it really was the year of wonder, I would say.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea of what next year, really this year was, but I'll explain that off camera when we get off camera. But most importantly, subscribe to the Weather News Times or Not channel. We've been getting a lot more subscribers and even more hate for that Kamen Rider video. Keep it coming, guys. But subscribe to the channel. Be very much appreciated. Hit the bell down below so you can get notified for all the stuff that we come out with, including the 4 films that we did this year.
That was,
the least amount of films we've done in a single year. Write that down.
We suck.
Yeah. But we hope to do more next year. Even more than we did this year. But my name is Chris Parks.
My name is Dawson Mullins.
See you guys in the next episode of the Weather News Times Not Show. Bye-bye.
Peace.